Today's video is sponsored by Policy Genius. Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. Take a look at this door right here. This is Naughty Alder. Pretty nice. This is a 36-inch door, and this is going to be, it's like a barn door, I guess you call it. It'll have the track on top of it. I'll show you where we're going to put it. Over here in the game room, turn some lights on here. That door is going to go right there. That goes into, well, there's a utility room over on that side. I actually need a door for it. I've got a big closet on this side. I have a door on it. But right there, we're going to put that barn door. It'll slide this direction. Most of the time, it will probably stay open. Once you walk through that little hallway there, there's an office, and then there's a doorway over there that goes into the garage. It is an absolutely beautiful day. The sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky, but it's a little deceiving because it's actually pretty darn chilly today. But yeah, like I said, this is a 36-inch door. I'm going to stain it tonight, and then we'll probably put it up maybe tomorrow evening. We'll see how it goes. But I was thinking of something. Actually, my buddy and I were talking the other day. You know, we still measure in inches. And I think one of the biggest lies that was ever told to me was way back in elementary school. And that was a long time ago. I'm 57 years old. But I remember back then them trying to teach us the metric system. And we were all asking the question, why are we doing this? We measure in inches, feet, yards. And all my teachers, I remember everyone telling us back then, because in 5 years, we're all going to be using the metric system only. And here we are, almost 50 years later, still measuring in inches, fractions thereof, feet, and yards. Now granted, we specify the size of our engines in liters. And things like soda, yeah, that's measured in liters as well. But the important stuff like milk, oil, paint, that's all in gallons and quarts, where things make sense. All right, brought her inside here. I will clean this up this evening. I need to figure out if I should pre-stain this or just hit it with the stain. I got to look into that. I pre-stained, you know, all the tongue and groove pine in here, because with the pine, it can get kind of blotchy. I don't know about this. I'll have to figure that out. Gonna check on the fire here. Probably in about half hour, 45 minutes, I'm gonna head out to the mini cabin, see what's happening out in the woods. Nice day to sit out there. It is very toasty in here today with the wood stove, and I was thinking about something. You know the main difference between like gas and oil heat versus wood? When you have gas or oil, you brag about how cold you can keep it. When you have wood, you brag about how warm you can get it. Earlier, I mentioned that today's video was sponsored by Policy Genius, and I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. As I mentioned before, this is my favorite time of year, and with the holidays approaching, it's a great time to kind of relax a little bit and reflect. And one of the things I find myself doing at the holidays is you look around and you realize just how many people depend on your income, which is why life insurance is without a doubt the most important insurance you can have. We have insurance on everything, all the vehicles, the equipment, the house, the building, the cabin in West Virginia. Everything is insured, and I think for some people, for some reason, life insurance gets overlooked, where in my opinion, it's the most important insurance you can have if you have someone relying on your income. Having life insurance is a great way to give you and your family peace of mind, knowing that if something were to happen to you, their needs will be met. Also, if you already have life insurance through your company, it may or may not be enough to protect your family's needs, and also that policy may not follow you if you leave your job. The good news is Policy Genius helps compare your options from top companies. Their team of licensed experts is on hand to help talk you through it. We all know how valuable our time is, and Policy Genius knows that as well. That's why their technology makes it super easy to compare quotes from top insurers. With just a few clicks, you'll find your lowest quotes. With Policy Genius, you can find life insurance policies that start at just $292 per year for $1 million of coverage. Some options offer same-day approval and avoid unnecessary medical exams. Also, remember, they're licensed and award-winning agents. They work for you, not the insurance companies. There's no incentive for them to pick one over the other. They're going to look out what's best for you, which is one of the many reasons they have thousands of 5-star reviews on Google and Trustpilot. The decision for me to get life insurance was an easy one for me to make, and that's because I have people relying on my income, and it gives me peace of mind knowing that if something were to happen to me, they'll be okay. Your family deserves peace of mind. A life insurance policy through Policy Genius can give it to them. Head to policygenius.com/outdoorswiththemorgans or click the link in the description to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save. All right, so I'm out here on the road to the clearing, and things are going pretty well actually, and I think they're going to get a lot easier. I don't have that many big trees left, maybe 3 or 4 between here and the house. I think what we'll do is walk back to the house, and I'll give you like a walkthrough from the gate at the house all the way back. A lot of people have been asking questions, and they can't figure out how this all lays, and it is hard the way you jump around, and you know, you might be in the middle one day or at one end the other. So we'll start at the house, we'll walk through here, I'll show you what I have to do yet and what the whole game plan here is. All right, we're back here by the house. This is my bench that I made. I made this several years ago. I did a video on it. It needs pressure washed and cleaned up, but it has held up very well, and a nice solid one. But anyway, the road is going to come out somewheres right in here. So this oak tree right here, this one will have to go. That one will. And you turn around this way, we're headed towards the clearing. This is the trail that we use, and it has worked pretty well for a long time. But one of the things I want to do is kind of take this sharp bend out of it. And the reason that bend is there, because I got a big valley right here. So this maple right here will have to come out, this double one. And then we'll put a bunch of fill right down in here and kind of take the sharpness out of this turn, okay? We're still gonna have a turn here, but it's not gonna be as sharp of a turn, and it'll be wider. Then we'll come out here, and from right about here, it will be a straight shot all the way to the clearing. And I'll show you what I mean. We'll trim a little bit more off of this bank, and we'll actually take some dirt out of here. I may have to take that maple and that cherry right over there, cut this down, and I can use that for fill going out through there. gonna go straight through here. None of these trees are real big. A couple little cherry, maple, nice red oak right there. Nice firewood tree right there, about 11 inches in diameter. Couple more maples, couple cherries. And since that turn back there, this will be a straight shot all the way out here. Somewhere in here, I may take a little bit out of this hill, but not a whole bunch, just a little bit. So I would say I'm about a third of the way from the clearing back to the house. Yeah, about a third of the way. But from here on out, I'm in pretty good shape. Nice and wide, got all the stumps out. I mentioned the other day, I won't stone this or anything until spring. That's when we'll grade everything up, but that'll give it time to settle a little bit where the stump holes are. We're still going. It's quite a ways out here, actually. I've been piling up my brush closer to this end because I will burn somewhere out here this winter. Let's keep going another 50 yards and we're to the clearing. And here we are. So this clearing out here that I've been working on, this is hands down the best thing that I have ever done for our property. As far as like a property management kind of thing, I'm gonna stand here in the shade. But I mentioned the other day, this area out here, you would never see deer or anything really hang around here. They would pass through, but this clearing and just that winter rye has given them a reason to hang out here. Every night that I've come out here and I sat in a mini cabin, I've seen deer. Last night when I came out, I was a little bit late. They were here before I got here, but there was 4 or 5 doe out eating that winter rye, and they're just hammering it. So they were here before I got here, but I saw a little buck last night. I saw one the night before. I saw a nice buck 2 or 3 nights before that, but literally every time I came out here, there's deer. Matter of fact, when I came out here to work on this road, there was a couple doe out here in a little spike chasing them around middle of the day, and we have created a spot for them to hang out, to eat. And then down over this hill here, it's real thick in places, real steep. You get down in there, there's a series of valleys in here, and where you have those big blowdowns, you've got a lot of brush. So they got nice bedding areas down in there, water source down at the bottom, and then they come up here to eat and to hang out. But I couldn't be happier with this. In the spring, I'll need to get on this right away, and we will till everything up. And I still haven't decided what I want to plant yet, but whatever it is, I have to make sure that it keeps that Japanese stilt grass at bay. Now that stilt grass, it's basically impossible to stop and get rid of. However, I have found a good way to at least manage it, and that is this. It doesn't come up until late spring, early summer, and it dies off early fall. If you can get something growing before it comes up, you won't see it. It's like if you put your yard in, you can plant grass, you get the grass coming up, the stilt grass won't overtake it if you already have something, you know, well established there. And that's the plan for out here. This winter rye, it's coming in pretty well, like I said, but the deer are eating it as fast as it's growing. But the plan out here this winter, we're gonna go this direction about another 100 feet, just down to the nice oak trees. I'll leave them. That cherry right there, it's split all the way up from wind damage. There's not much in here. So we'll go another 100 feet that way, about 100 feet that way, and then down to the right of the mini cabin and a little bit to the left. We'll make a nice big area here, and this is quickly transitioning into the recreational hub of the neighborhood. Well, at least for the wildlife. And actually myself, because I like coming out here as well. But I think that's about it for today's video. I wanted to give you a walk to kind of give you an idea what we're doing here. And I appreciate y'all being here. And don't forget, if you want more information on Policy Genius, there'll be a link in the description. And I think that's about it. Catch you on the next one.